Squirrels! So hello, and welcome to another Legends of Runeterra video. Really putting some emphasis on those words today, and today we are playing 5000 IQ Poker. What is that? Well, it of course is a Twisted Fate Heimerdinger deck, and I straight away know you're probably pretty interested because these two are two pretty interesting champions to build the deck around. Twisted Fate has kind of been... he's a lot of fun, but hasn't seen the level of play that I think a lot of people maybe expected, because, you know, I think people have realized, oh, this card is quite competitive, but then he's just sort of fallen to the wayside a bit. He's been a bit forgotten. Sejuani has kind of rose up as the new, you know, look at me champion, and Twisted Fate has kind of been a bit relegated, but he is a lot of fun, and he still is a lot of fun, and always will be. Especially when he leveled up, and we have combined these two champions because they've, you know, can fit together quite nicely, and Heimerdinger, of course, allows us to have a lot of board presence with all of his turrets and just playing spells to, you know, essentially as soon as you get to turn 5 you can get a bunch of turrets off, most notably, of course, the Floor Be Gone. If I'm being honest, I'm not the biggest Heimerdinger fan. I think Heimerdinger would be a lot more interesting if the elusive turret was the 2-mana one and the tough one was the 3-mana one. I'm just, you know, kind of glad they didn't make it like the 5-1 or whatever, the elusive, imagine. Oh god, that would have been terrible. But with that said, he can be pretty cool and can help Twisted Fate quite a bit, and so this is the deck we have built around him. We are only running 9 units. Of course, 6 of which are our champions, and only 3 more. That is the Black Market Merchant, which of course, in any Twisted Fate deck, you are probably going to have to play the Young package, because of course, Black Market Merchant and Pilfered Goods is between them 3 card draw, and that's, you know, obviously pretty beneficial to Twisted Fate. So let's take a look at the deck. Well, of course we need to survive. We basically need to get to turn 5 somewhat unscathed, so that then our Heimerdinger can potentially go off, and if not Heimerdinger, then, you know, maybe Twisted Fate can level up. And we are very champion-centric in this deck. It is very important that we draw one of the 2 champions, and then try and either, you know, sort of get a bunch of turrets with Heimerdinger, or get Twisted Fate to, you know, potentially level up as well. So let's talk about the deck and what's going on. Well, we've got 3 thermogenic beams, and again, a very good tool for staying alive. This is a very strong card. It can cost our, of course, wanted 3 mana as well with Heimerdinger, and so that can be quite useful as well. Rummage, obviously, is very good for Twisted Fate, and is also quite important sometimes for finding our champions. As I say, they are quite important to this deck, and, you know, will be, you know, pretty much the only way we win a game. Black Market Merchant, as I've said, card draw pretty good, and you know, reducing cost of opponents' cards can be quite useful as well. Maybe we can find either a unit for board presence, which is always nice, or just a spell to get a Heimerdinger turret, or maybe they've got more card draw themselves. Make It Rain is again good tool for staying alive. Also helps enable stuff like Black Market Merchant and Pilfered Goods, because enabling them isn't always the easiest in this deck. Sometimes we have to Mystic Shot face or something, but you know, it is what it is. Speaking of Mystic Shot, auto include Pilfered Goods again goes with Black Market Merchant. Of course, we're running it. Again, Heimerdinger deck, you're seeing that the deck is kind of forming most of itself, but it's getting a little interesting as we go further down. Flash of Brilliance, of course, goes with Heimerdinger very well. It's kind of, if you've got Heimerdinger in hand, you want as many Flashes of Brilliance as you can get, really. Pick a card. Now, this one, of course, goes very, very well with these 2 champions, because, of course, Pick a Card will draw 3 cards for Twisted Fate if we need that. It is also his signature spell. But also, Heimerdinger, it's a 3-mana card that, again, and I think Pick a Card, when this card first came out, it was a bit like, well, is this any good? It's actually, you know, pretty strong. The extra 3 cards to look from can be quite quite impactful because you're likely to get at least one of them that's doing something, and combined with rummage as well, it is very good because even if we can't play those cards, if we've got a rummage in hand, we can rummage them away for then cards that obviously we can keep later down the line and not be fleeting. So pick a card works very well. Pocket aces. Now this of course might be a surprise. We aren't running that many units. Why would we run pocket aces? Well, it's because we need to keep Heimerdinger and Twisted Fate alive if we can, and I know giving them just the extra 1 stat boost isn't doing a lot, but it's a 3 mana spell if it doesn't have the cost reduction, and will go towards Heimerdinger that way. And the 1 health, oftentimes people will try and kill a unit pretty much bang on, and they won't be expecting pocket aces, most certainly in a deck like this. So it can surprise people with the 1 health, and just keeping it alive, that extra 1 time can give you an extra 2 turrets, so it can get your Twisted Fate leveled up, and then you can just go wild with it. So it can be very impactful. Gotcha is again another good survival tool for us, and it's pretty important at that. Salvage is a bit of a slow card, but again draws well for our Twisted Fate, and if we can't find a champion, this can be a pretty good early play as well. And 1 suit up, similar to the pocket aces, this is kind of just a bigger version of it, making them a 4/4. Again, this only increases Heimerdinger's health by 1, but it will increase Twisted Fate's health by 2. That's why I've gone for a 1 of and 2 of pocket aces, just to see if we can keep them alive, and then hopefully just go absolutely mental from there. So with that said, let's get into some games. Yasuo Sin. Okay, I always like Thermo Beam. I quite like Make It Rain. We can probably get rid of the other 2 as we search for more of an answer. Another rummage. Search for one of our champions here. There's a Get Excited, and obviously we'll just pass it through. We've got no reason to really do anything at this point. Trifarian Glory Seeker, certainly interesting. We'll Make It Rain, I'm sure. He will probably go for an open attack, that's what you kind of expect. So we obviously will just not take the 5 damage and just move on. Might be Twin or something like that, but if that is the case, that's kind of fine as well. Deny. Okay, that's probably even better. Deny is pretty interesting. Not one that you often expect. I think now we can obviously afford to salvage. We keep 3 spell mana up. This is a bit of a problem, but we'll see what he develops into. I was kind of hoping for maybe not Get Excited, but something else there. He just passes. That's very, very good for us, because I'm okay taking 5, and there is a Mystic Shot.
I'll cut them apart.
Yeah, I'm okay taking 5, I think now, because now we can go into Heimerdinger and hopefully just sort of end the game, or somewhat so. We've got second Heimerdinger as well in case he kills this. I mean, if he's happy to end the round, I'll let you burn that mana. Don't you worry, my friend. You burn that mana. You go, Glen Coco. You burn it. So the first elusive turret comes down. Obviously, we've got sort of endless mana now. I seem to get this True Shot Barrage a lot. It's a pretty obvious play from him. That's kind of what he's always going to be doing. So what are we going to go into now? We've got so many options. So many things to do. I think what I like is the kind of an interesting one. I think let's pick a card. We'll send back the True Shot Barrage into our deck. Play the second turret. And I might Thermo Beam you. He's under deny now. He could again have Twin or something like that. But that's fine, because you might want to keep this alive more so than this. And at the very least, the spell will go off, which will give us whatever the 6 mana one is. I'm not even sure. Is it Quick Attack or 6? Oh, the Overwhelm. Overwhelm. That's pretty good. So he's probably looking at Twin or something like that, you would have thought. This isn't even the biggest threat, I just don't like it on the board that much. And now you see that we've got a pretty nice board state here, all in all. And Heimerdinger even levels up. Obviously with second Heimer in hand, we aren't too worried about anything. There's a gotcha. That'll be pretty nice. Oh yeah, I forgot I got all these cards. And Make It Rain, of course, pretty good against this Glory Seeker as well. And yeah, this is kind of what Heimerdinger does, right? He played pretty slowly and letting me pass and stuff like that. And so I was just kind of able to just do what I wanted. So we'll obviously play the Make It Rain first. And again, even by doing this, he's not putting much pressure on us. This could be what? Second deny? Okay. Well, we'll go for gotcha then. You'd have to be on third deny, which would be pretty interesting, you would have thought. I mean, he probably has quite a reactive hand, you'd imagine. This could be will, retreat, return. Okay. Do I care about that? Probably not. So now that happens, our Heimerdinger lives. You can just wait. See what he does. He will want to return something. It is just the Glory Seeker again. Could go for this pocket aces, to be honest. But no, there's no need. We'll just pass. We're in a pretty strong position at this point, so I don't see a need to do too much. Now, our open attack is pretty good. A lot of his answers will be fast speed. Which is obviously a reason to not, but I think our open attack is just too good. This can't block, remember, so of course we can even attack with the Heimerdinger. And just put some real pressure on him. We've got what? 8 damage in hand as well, so even if he takes the hit from these two turrets, he's in trouble. Plays Deep Meditation. He's looking for Will of Ionia, probably, most likely. Concussive Palm, it's fine. As we know, he's used 2 denies, so we probably just end the game this turn with this double Get Excited. Particularly if he plays something else now. Unless he's running Health Potion. So he plays Fae, so now it is literally Health Potion is his option. We can probably, drop the Rummage. And drop the Thermo Beam at this point. And just hit that, smack that face. And we know there's no deny, so at the very least Heimer will get his turrets, but more likely than not we will win the game on the spot. And there it is, and you see when Heimerdinger is left to do Heimerdinger things, it goes pretty well for you and pretty badly for them. Probably a pretty tough matchup in all honesty. Obviously we don't have the most units for them to kill with, like if they're all in Fiora in general, but they could be putting on a bit of pressure. I like the Thermo Beam to Get Excited. Not a massive fan of the discard. Gotcha would have been okay, but you always want to cost decrease it. It just feels bad playing it for 4 in your opening hand when you could just draw it and play it for 2. So if he's on turn 1 Fleet Feather, then we know we'll go in for the Thermo Beam. Huh. It's as if I've played this game before. It's shocking how well you can predict these things, isn't it? And that, again, Thermo Beam, you tend to want to use it in situations like that. Like that's an amazing bit of value there that it just got in opening up the board. Now, if we had Make It Rain in hand, then maybe we wouldn't have gone for that, because he's going to play War Chefs on turn 2. But you know, we didn't know we had it, so what can you do? Caretaker, pretty interesting. I'm going to try and be mana efficient here and kill this whilst I can. Obviously, as soon as he gets the attack off with War Chef, it won't be able to be killed. Okay, or you can just get 2 of them. That's fine as well. And so now we'll go for Twisted Fate this turn probably. But what do I want to do with him? Do we just blue card? Do we gold card? Actually, we'll gold card here because, you know, it steps up, I'll make it rain a bit better, and then next time we'll probably want to make it rain merchant goods. I'm sure many of you could have told me that from as soon as we drew this card. Because I was thinking about going for it this turn with red card, but then as soon as you draw the merchant, it kind of becomes pretty obvious what your turn is. So he goes in for Shen, which is obviously a bit scary. You have to kind of hope that we hit the Nexus here would make it rain. Kind of hoping he goes in for an open attack. That would be the ideal. You just protect that. We obviously at this point... Yeah, you would think you'd give... Oh no, this is any time anything gets barrier, isn't it? I'm just assuming is this. I mean, that's a little scary. It's bringing us down to 7, but I don't think we really have an option. And we have to go for this now, and it did hit the Nexus. That's pretty important for us. If we can level this up, we can be pretty good. He probably knows what's coming, because this make it rain doesn't make a lot of sense outside of that. So he might go for a single combat now on you, which isn't ideal. Relentless Pursuit. Not what I was expecting at all. But okay. I mean, we're obviously going to play you. Deny. Could be somewhat useful, I guess. But we are in some trouble here, so he... What, again, does that? We just block you? So he's having a long old think about this one. Does go for the single combat, which we can actually just deny. Pluck his deny out, use it. Does mean that we don't get to use that, but that's our best way of keeping Twisted Fate alive, and it's pretty much our win condition at this point.
I find them unworthy.
So we take what? 5?
To your bill. Sold out.
And yes, now this turn we need to be drawing as many cards as we can and getting Twisted Fate leveled up. Preparation, I think. Do I have to flash here? What would I want from flash? Not much. I think we actually have to salvage here. Second Fate. What are you on? 5, so this would level him up. I think we have to do this. We have to do this. I hope that he doesn't have a play, but we're really on the back foot right now. That Relentless Pursuit really, really hurt. Another War Chefs. Don't open attack. Don't be smart. Okay, those get excited could help. Yeah, they could kill something, I guess. You can block, you know, you now, maybe. Okay, we drew one, so now maybe we can block something else.
Feel the sizzle.
So I can kill you. I can kill you. With the red card. I could stun you. Hold on, I've got flash. Pick a card, pilfered goods. To do it at burst speed. So... Oh no, the Shen would be okay. So we flash. Blue card. Then we... Pick a card. You. And that red card. And that's going to kill you. And then we can kill you. So we just have to block the shed.
Easy.
If we discard the Heimer, take a look, we're on 0 because of you. Is there a way out? I don't see a way out. Ah, that's annoying. Ugh. We need one turn. Without the Relentless Pursuit, I think we could have done it. Yeah, well done, my friend. So there is the deck, and what I would say after playing it yesterday and today for this video is, if you want to play Heimerdinger in the most competitive way you can play him, then yes, play Heimer. Basically, Heimer and Heimerdinger and also Twisted Fate can basically, they need this card. Heimerdinger kind of needs this card because of course P&Z doesn't have access to anything like this. As you see, I've kind of put Suit Up and Pocket Aces, which are very sort of low level replacements for Twin Disciplines in general. This card basically kind of helps these two champions as well, and that's kind of the big weakness of the deck, is that these two don't have the survivability that you would want, and without something like Twin Disciplines, they kind of struggle in that sense, and so it can be a bit weak, particularly to sort of more aggressive things as well. But if you want to play for fun and you want to play Twisted Fate for fun, by all means check this list out. And yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a good old subscribe as well. And my name's been Chris. Thank you for watching. Have a really nice day.